Tzvi Lebetkin, the Rabbi from another planet. Please like, share, and subscribe, and ring the little bell. Ring the little bell so you are notified when new videos drop. And if you are indeed watching this video, I mean, if this video ever gets finished, made, and uploaded, it's a testament to my insane dedication to try and get this done. Oh my God, what a day I've had so far. It's now 20 past 2. Now, if you're not new to my channel, you'll know I like to try and record my videos a day around 9ish. You know, so why am I like, what was it, 10, 11, 12, 1? Why am I 5 hours late? Why am I scant 5 hours late? The interwebs have not been good today. I need the internet for freaking everything. This is what happened on the, what was it? I moved my home internet to a SIM card, right? To cell service, because the home internet is garbage. Now, they promised us about a month ago in February we got fiber optics coming here and out in the middle of bloody nowhere. I haven't seen anyone to sign up for it yet, but boy, I'm getting that the minute that comes out. But anyway, so I switched to this modem. You put a SIM card in and you get your internet from your cell service, and it was much better, and it is much better. It's much more stable. However, there was this like weird setting they changed this morning, and everything stopped working. My phone, the house, the Wi-Fi, everything stopped working. Right, so I'm like on the phone to I was going to say Orange. They're not Orange anymore. They're Partner. Same thing, just different color. And trying to work out what's going on. Finally, they said, oh yeah, we're trying to fix a cell tower in your neighborhood. Hopefully it'll be working by 9 tonight. Came on a little bit earlier. I can see it's at a bit of a trickle right now. Hopefully this video will be able to be uploaded. Now, I need to do 2 videos a day, and the other video I just don't have time to. It's like 2:20 now. I've still got about 30 comments to reply to, and I need the internet to do that. So I came in, I'm like finally working. I sat down at my desk about to go. Then I remembered, because literally I couldn't find a thing to do that wasn't using the internet. Then I sat down and went, and I saw Star Trek Discovery, the episode 4 file sitting on my desktop, ready for me to start getting screen grabs from and write it out so I can review it. That takes freaking hours, okay? Freaking hours, and I could have done that offline, but I just forgot. Okay, so that's what. So I know you're saying, well, why don't do it just later today? Today, hopefully, today is the day that I'm finally going to go and see Ghostbusters Afterlife. I'm trying to see this like 4 or 5 times. There's a whole story behind this. Anyway, so I don't get time to do a second video today, which was about Star Wars, the Star Wars Hotel Galaxy Club, which is so bad. It looks so bad and so expensive. I guess we'll get to it on my live stream on Tuesday. Fine! Like, share, subscribe. All those things are very good things to do. I like you doing all those things, and I hope you like them too, because I like us all to be happy. Right? I like us all to be happy. Like, share, subscribe. Thank you very much. I am very, very, very appreciative of everybody. I think my subscribers just went up. I went over 3,300, I think. I don't know. Who knows or dares to dream? I would look, but my internet's so bloody dodgy. I don't even bloody. Oh, wait, 1 second. It came up on my phone. 3,304. So thank you very much for that. If you haven't subscribed, if you could do so, and if you are subscribed, please make sure you are still subscribed, because YouTube, those little scamps, they will unsubscribe you. Right, like so that comment as well. Even though I've got a gazillion million comments to get to. Fine, I'm 4 minutes in. I haven't even got to the point of the video. What's the point of the video? Is that the world has turned on Chris Chibnall and Jodie Whittaker. They are mad at Chris Chibnall and Jodie Whittaker. People who scant moments ago will go, "You are the bestest ever. You are absolutely the bestest ever. You're just wonderful." And anybody who doesn't like you is an icky wicky bigot. Icky wicky bigot. Yeah. So now they hate them as well. I guess we've united fandom at this point. If like the purple haired crazes who love anything with an agenda, and yet at the same time deny there's an agenda till the nth of the earth. No, there's no agenda there. It's just being mocked. No, there's an agenda there, because you can tell, because you're being bonkers. But if they don't like it and we don't like it, finally we have some unity in fandom. Wouldn't that be great? These people are crazy. They're going to be mad at us for another reason. I don't know. Anyway, so there's been a whole flurry of articles coming out saying how bad was Doctor Who Flux. My theory is It was the lack of lecturing and Thasmin, the two things that probably gave it a better audience appreciation than anything else, right? Those two things, or even though the not the audience appreciation, or the appreciate index rating, because they've been in the toilet this year. No, I mean, it wasn't looked at and reviled like seasons 11 and 12 were, and they were looked at and reviled. And I'm always talking about normies, not talking about Doctor Who fans, but it was, yeah. So that's probably the reason they really hate it. So let's look at a couple of these articles, because they're kind of fun, right? They are kind of fun. We're going to start with Bleeding Cool. Bleeding Cool is the propaganda arm of the purple-haired crazes, right? Any insane thing they believe, they will transmit. They had an article on there the other day saying Will Wheaton is so stunning and brave for calling out Dave Chappelle over his bigotry. Dave Chappelle's not big. Listen, if you're a trans, I'm not going to say if you're a trans person out there. If you're one of the crazy trans people out there, right? Okay, there is a difference. There were trans people before the current age, and they were all okay. They just wanted to wear a dress. They were all okay, right? We're talking about the current, current era, which isn't really trans people. It's normally like middle to upper class white people looking for a cause, right? That's what it is. But if you're one of these more modern trans people who go, you're denying my identity, you deny it. If you say that, I think generally speaking, gender isn't fluid, right? We have a different things we believe in. So to give you an idea, put it in context. You may have noticed about me, but I'm a rabbi. I'm Jewish, which means I'm not Muslim, right? I'm not Muslim, so I don't think Muhammad. I don't know what his claim to divinity was. Received a prophecy. I don't. And listen. It's okay. It's okay. He may have done. I'm saying my belief system is not that. Am I denying all the Muslims' existence? No, idiot. Are they denying my existence because they don't believe, the stories of the Old Testament? No, we just believe different things. But again, the people who invaded founder are baby-brained imbeciles who can only there's a few things actually. They can only call things good or bad. Right? That's it. There's no other thing, good or bad. So it used to be Jodie Whittaker and Christian. Well, good. They're good. Anybody that's like them is bad. Now they're bad, and they have to go with the bad people because they're bad, right? And they also need constant reassurance to go, racism is bad, right? Yeah, racism is bad. Right? No, racism is super bad. No, yeah, I agree, racism is bad. So why don't you say racism is bad? I'm saying it, racism is bad. Racism is... No. You don't need anybody to tell you that, okay? Just chill out. Fine. So that being said, now I think we've discussed the mindset that people writing these articles and reading them. Let's have a look at what they got to say. Doctor Who Flux, additional thoughts on that awful mess, that awful season 13 mess. Okay, but season 11 and 12, peachy keen. So I'm intrigued to know what he hates about it. The BBC's Doctor Who Flux is over, thank God. And how many of us are feeling relieved? Well, I am, because I don't have to review the bloody thing anymore. I was doing a lot more work. But relieved, it was just kind of like, what happened in there went, it flopped away to nothing. This is the first time watching a season of Doctor Who feels like a chore. Is this the first time watching a season of Doctor Who felt a chore? No, that's season 11, followed by season 12. This is also a chore. It's like an obligation while we wait for Russell Davies to come back to right the ship. Yeah, I pretty much so. So here are my final thoughts on the season. It's quite a feat to have a season finale to a show, any show where nothing makes sense. God, listen, I hope you haven't watched it, right? I hope you haven't watched it because it's an excruciating use of an hour of your life. Go check out my recap video. Tell everything you need to know, right? Everything you need to know. Every flop felt arbitrary. It kind of was. And no matter how much the characters stood there explaining things to us and what was happening, it still didn't make any sense. Why is this happening? Because plot. That's how it's been all season. But I think it's worth noting. This is hands down the best received season of Jodie Whittaker. I understand she got good ratings on her first episode, but that's when before people realized how awful she was. So I think this is the warmest reception she's got. This is a 3-Doctor crossover, all of Jodie Whittaker. What a bad idea that was. Which is the least of this season's problems. Yeah, pretty much so. At least she's fun to watch. Yeah. Even if it's incomprehensible. I've never found her fun to watch. Right? I genuinely have never found her fun to watch. It even echoes the original, the 3 Doctors, by having one of them talk to the third remotely. Just as you wish scripts by David, just as you wish she has scripts by Davis or Moffat instead of Chibnall, the Friday gives Whittaker's Doctor more to say and do than the entire previous run of episodes put together. It's Chibnall finally remembering the show's called Doctor Who should actually be about Doctor Who. That'd be about the Doctor. Yeah, but you can't make it about Jodie Whittaker. She's not good enough, right? The whole species of Lupar, these heroic poodles, are rendered extinct in just dialogue. A whole bunch of people were killed off screen. Somehow we feel nothing because we don't feel anything. Again, I keep banging about Dr. Alex's season 13. It's a huge cast of characters, and you care about all of them, right? I'm actually looking forward to doing a half a season a review this week about that. The plottiness of the season and the finale is close to the 3rd Doctor era. Not really. It looks like Chibnall's favourite era is the 3rd Doctor. It's the 3rd Doctor is the 3rd Doctor. It's all plot. He loves it. No, it's not. You liked all the. What are you talking about? It's not all plot. There was a lot of charm in there as well. Something very missing from this era. He loves supporting characters. He loves critical supporting supporting characters gratuitously, and it doesn't serve the plot. Yeah, I mean, he's just a nihilist, right? He's a miserable guy. Somehow. That was it. Professor Jericho's death is the most pointless ever on the show. Somehow he just drops his ring, really, and then he gets shot by a Sontaran, I think. You can tell how Flux fixated the screenwriter is. At least 90% Flux screenwriters by how they casually kill their side characters. So listen, look, this goes on for a while. But yeah. Listen, but the idea that this is being savaged by Bleeding Cool is a big deal. And then it gets worse, right? Then it gets a lot worse. Flux hurt Doctor Who even more than the Timeless Child. Blimey. Because it's been a bit soon to work it out, but it's yeah. So this is an interesting argument I think we need to hear. The Timeless Child controversy. That's a controversy. The Timeless Child was controversial, fine, but season 13 Flux inflicted deeper hurt upon the Doctor's universe, so we're not talking on screen. By the way, have the ratings come out yet? One second, let's go back to over here and you go to Doctor Who. Now, I think the BBC are changing the way they're reporting the ratings. This started last week. Because we haven't got the 4th screen rating yet, so it could work. Oh, maybe my internet's down again. Is it going to open up? I don't know. Fine, let's just keep reading. Oh man, it says the internet's working. I honestly, I wish I understood this even vaguely. Right, even vaguely. You got to open up? No, fine. We'll go over here. And we'll check back when we're done with this article. Despite a deeply partisan reaction to season 12 Timeless Child Revelation, Doctor Who Flux storyline has conspired to do an even bigger blow to iconic sci-fi franchise. To say Chris Chibnall, current Doctor Who show, took major gambit on the Timeless Child idea would be an understatement of TARDIS size proportion. Well, I think it would. I'm assuming you're saying it's bigger on the inside. Of TARDIS size proportion, triggering a mystery as early as Jodie Whittaker's 2nd episode. It was the 1st episode, wasn't it? I mean, isn't that when the mystery really started, that 1st episode? I mean, like, the Flux? You remember that? I kind of remember that. That's kind of weird that they don't remember that, isn't it? I think it's weird. Whatever. The second episode, Doctor Who's waited. Oh, second episode from season 11. Wait until season 12 before finale before asking the 13th overarching enigma. And it just seemed like it was a throwaway line when I was from there. Wow, fine. The 7A consolidated figure for episode 6 is not out yet. It's normally out by now. I think they're changing the way they're reporting things. I really do. They'll probably do like the month 4 days 4-day rating, so it comes out with a big whatever. It's a bit weird, but whatever. Take Chris Chibnall current show blah 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 blah. Turned out to be as it turns out the time of the show was the Doctor herself, a young girl fell from another universe who biology was expected to become the very foundation of Time Lord society. Needless to say, reaction to Doctor Who China's Child was swifter than an unseen weeping angel and mercilessness. It wasn't the actual plot that was a problem, right? It was the very, very transparent reasons for the plot. The very, very transparent reasons for the plot was they felt that having the character being white and male was a bad thing. Right? They thought that black people can't imagine themselves in a heroic situation unless they see other black people. Generally speaking, right? I am very much of the opinion now that the biggest races in the world are liberals, right? I really am of that opinion. I think they look down at black people and like non-white people. I think they really do. And then they have an internal battle with themselves, right? Oh no, I can't be wasted. And then they sort of overcome it by being incredibly racist, which is what liberal progressivism is, right? They just assume everybody has that racist conversation within themselves. I remember I have one like left-wing friend, right? A good friend. I like this person, but very in the bag for Biden. We very much disagree, obviously. But you know, one time this person said to me, "said Come on, you really think? Don't you think there's like people? You know, it's very common." I don't think so. I think it's they are the people, and they just assume that you're doing the same thing because they can't look at anybody. People judge others on their own scales, right? Needless to say, so that was the problem with it. That it was clearly a terribly racist idea, done badly, right? Like you used a badly platform Doctor Who. Audience took umbrage at how the Doctor's backstory was rewritten and how uncomfortably the retcon sat within existing lore. Yeah, the reason it failed was the motivation of it. Clearly, to make the character less white and less male. You know, they don't like those white males. Season of the Timeless Child marked Doctor's most divisive TV moment in almost 6 years. Season 13 finale couldn't be anywhere near as problematic, surely. Well, probably not. Fast forward to Doctor Who Flux, the fog hanging over Britain's favourite time traveller is only getting heavier. Though everything he does to try and get out this mess, he screws up, doesn't he, Chibnall? Though the season as a whole comprised of highs and lows, mainly lows, Doctor Who Flux final episode leaves the imprint arguably more damaging ending. Okay, you've said that over and over again. Wake your bloody argument. I agree with you, but I would like to know what this argument is you're making. For its fault, the Timeless Child was ambitious. People keep saying that. I mean, ambitious? Is ambitious the right word? That's the question. Is ambitious the right word? I don't know. It had a large scope, right? It had a large scope. I don't think it was ambitious. I think it was ridiculous, right? I think it was absolutely ridiculous. Don't worry. I was just dropping some acid. Many Doctor Who viewers accuse the title of making little sense. Some interpret it as an insult to Hartnell's First Doctor. It was. It wasn't an insult to Hartnell's First Doctor. It's an insult to all the Doctors and the entirety of the audience, apart from this small clump of purple-haired weirdos that live on Twitter. Other rewriting for that which did not require rewriting. Absolutely no one said with a straight face, at least, the Timeless Child payoff was underwhelming. It's very no, it wasn't. It was very predictable. What? I don't know. Really, I mean, like we all kind of saw it coming, didn't we? We the rumors were around. As a mystery that ran over 2 whole seasons, Timeless Child's Endgame. I don't think it ran over 2 seasons. It was mentioned once in season 11. That's called running through a season. That's the throwaway line that they picked up in halfway through the next season. I don't know. Okay, needed to pack a wallop. And I think it's all the very foundations of Doctor Who, taking the go big or go home approach. Chibnall's Timeless Child, for better or worse, affected every single corner of Doctor Who mythos. And again, with pure racism. Well, you can question the wisdom of making such wholesale changes to a beloved franchise by so many, franchise loved by so many. The Timeless Child was at least boldly ambitious I don't think it was though, right? I think this is really bad stage writing. I think this is writing that is trying not to be ambitious. You know, it's what going big is what you do when you don't have story. I mean, for proof of that, see Alex Kurtzman. Pretty much exactly what he is. Timeless was at least boldly ambitious as an answer to the long-running multi-season mystery, and destined more than justified Doctor Who's extensive build. It didn't build up to it, and mentioned by a bunch of rags that could. And how do they know? How they know this? Apparently, everybody knows who the Division is now. I mean, it's so badly done. And while the Timeless Child ranged from thoughtful befuddlement to open-mouthed rage, there was a palpable undercurrent of curiosity. Opinion was split into those willing to take the time, willing to let the Timeless Child play out before casting judgment. It did play out, for God's sake. And those who expected Doctor Who would trip over its own feet trying to find the retcon to fit. Precious few considered the Timeless Child fantastic and a worthy addition to Doctor Who mythology, but emotions were passionate, and more importantly, people were talking all the way from season 12, season 13. Not really, no. Again, you had the Purple Egg crazers screaming it was the best as ever, and everybody going, no, it's shit. Okay, that's not talking. That's screaming at each other, and you can always tell. You can always tell when it's propaganda, which is what the only thing you have coming out. These crazy people are. You can always tell it's propaganda because they scream it and they don't allow any answer. That's what propaganda looks like. Flux deliberately avoided answering Doctor Who's big questions. Or which one? Doctor Who. I thought we did that already. The conclusion of Doctor Who's Timeless Child mystery wasn't the answer many expected, nor the ending any hope for. The Timeless Child was, however, an answer, which is where Doctor Who Flux begins to fall down. Not only did Doctor Who Flux, God, it's getting annoying saying that thing anyway. Essentially, season 13 represents the first real opportunity to respond to season 12's Timeless Child explanation. It also marked Chibnall's final full season as showrunner, combined with one big story format and distinct aura of a landmark event series. Did those ratings open up? Let me have a look at those ratings open up. There, can hit refresh on it. Maybe that'll do the trick. Yeah, no, it's just hanging there. That's crazy. Come on. Yeah, listen, I look, it says the internet's working, but it's not surfing. I don't know. Strange things are going down. Not only did Doctor Who Flux essentially blah, 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 blah. Combine that with one big story. Okay, we did that already. Doctor Who Flux, but had no one to provide a minimal context behind the Timeless Child, or so viewers thought. Expecting Doctor Who Flux... I'm going to say the Flux, okay, to answer every aspect of the Timeless Child retcon was unrealistic. But the mini-season goes out of its way to avoid all of season 12 big questions. Probably going to deal with that in the special, though. Where did Doctor Who come from? How many times has she regenerated? Lots of times. There was like thousands, right? What connection does she hold to Doctor Who's parallel universe? Doctor Who Flux, who worked spectacularly hard to defer responsibility by killing time or by killing off Tectoon, throwing away the comedian for watch and giving Carbonista a Saw-S brain trap that activates if he spills the beans. Oh, right, I forgot that. It spills the beans. That's just so many things. Every time I go, oh, that's so dumb. So many things of this are so dumb. Doctor Who Flux was far more... Again, they've been screaming it's the bestest ever for the longest time now, haven't they? Bestest ever! Doesn't seem like it's so much the bestest ever right now, does it? Anyway. Shrinking... Doctor Who Flux shirking its dude... Oh, no. Christian all but everything with a mere 2 episodes. Wait, I missed something. By far the best chance of being tackling his big question and willfully refusing leaves Christian with all but 2 episodes to wrap everything up. He starts these things with no run up. I didn't think it was going to take time to finish it. Plus a Dalek happy New Year special. Doctor Who Flux, shirking his duty to address the timeless child, has the more devastating consequence of killing the one advantage season 12 dramatic retcon held. Intrigued. Whether out of hope or morbid curiosity, Doctor Who still wanted to witness the timeless child storyline develop. No, they didn't. No, again, record low figures, mate. Like absolutely record low figures by essentially choosing not to develop it. Doctor Who Flux has a deflating aftertaste and signals concrete answers about the Doctor's origins won't arrive anytime soon, if ever. I think they will. I just think they're going to be bad, right? I think they are going to arrive. I just think they're going to be bad answers. I have very, very little hope for them because, again, Chris Chibnall's writing them. Although he could just forget them as well because that's the sort of idiot that he is. Doctor Who Flux avoiding, I think, timeless child like a politician. Question about an illegal Christmas party. That is blowing up huge in England right now, that whole Christmas party thing with Boris Johnson. That's really weird. It's totally blowing up huge. I really don't know what much was going on with it. But that'll be easier to forgive than the central season 13 story was cohesive and engaging 6-part adventure in its own right. Sadly, it wasn't. That's true, it wasn't. The Halloween apocalypse kicked off Doctor Who Flux to the chorus of one overriding criticism. The chaotic narrative was scattered, confusing, and relentless. Not as bad as it got in the last episode, blimey. The Premier's sole defense was the burden of setup on its shoulders. Yeah, but I don't think it was any less frenetic than the rest of it. Actually, no, that's probably why the Angels one and the Sontarans one did well, because it did settle down into a sort of an individual episode. The Doctor Who Flux was clearly laying the board for the biggest things to come, and the season continued with Once Upon a Time and Survivors of the Flux. The sensation that something big was rapidly approaching only grew. I'm big and I'm not that interested. Timeless Child aside, Jodie Whittaker's 13th Doctor faced an unprecedented universe-ending cataclysm, but it wasn't! It was a giant cloud that blew up planets even before it touched it, and then it just mangled planets, and then it was stopped by a dog species shield that species was then all killed by the Sontarans off screen, right? Off screen, after seeing just one. Doctor Who Flux was clearly laying the board for bigger things to come. And the season continued with one... Okay, we're that. Timeless Child aside, Jodie Whittaker's faced an unprecedented... Okay, we said that. A pair of powerful new adversaries in the Ravagers. Were they ever said they were the Ravagers on screen? I just had Storm and Azure. What's the deal with Azure? Why was she in that... I don't know, in a genie in a bottle or an ancient bottle? It's a secretive Gallifreyan cabal trying to desperately kill her. If these plot threads could all come together in a satisfying fashion, the lack of the timeless child involvement wouldn't have been tough to swallow. But they could they? Whereas, season 12's confused and matched the hybrid Chris Chibnall's timeless child mystery. Okay, I'm leaving it. Okay, even if it divided viewers along the way, it didn't revive viewers, it repelled viewers. Listen, the lowest rated Doctor Who episode at that time was The Timeless Children, only to be beaten by several episodes, including the season finale, if they ever release the damn ratings of Flux. Right? That's why less people are watching it now, because it's not very good. The Doctor Who Flux finale represented an underwhelming end to a season-long build-up. That is true. Yes, I agree with that completely. The Flux wave itself is comfortably one of the biggest threats Doctor Who has ever faced, but 13th Solution is a little more overly convoluted than this switch flip. Caesar Sontaran's controls and fire a few lasers, job done. Yeah, exactly. Her plan could have capped off any modern Doctor Who episode, lacking the ingenuity or sacrifice expected of a lore-laden 6-part event. By the way, if you wonder what lore-laden event things sound like, I'm listening to the second War Doctor Begins box set. And yeah, that feels big, right? That actually does feel big. And it's nothing John Hurt in it. The Omnipotent division, meanwhile, drops off the radar after becoming insanely boring after Tectoon's death, letting the Doctor halt her precious Flux halt their precious Flux in its tracks. Failures Doctor Who's finale continued to pile up. Okay, this is the overwhelming vibe we have. Yes, they do tend to mount up. Main antagonist duo Swarm and Azor are dealt with a literal hand wave. Yeah, and they were good villains. I mean, I actually like them. There's no deeper meaning behind the Grand Serpent Bell or Vinda. Yeah, exactly. They're just ordinary people, and Jericho's death was cruelly glossed over. Nobody acknowledges that the Doctor effectively commits triple genocide against Daleks, Sontarans, and Cybermen. I'll say single genocide, and I mentioned it quite a bit. I mean, the Sontarans killed the Daleks and the Cybermen, which is ridiculous in of itself, but okay, and then she killed the Sontarans. And nor do they mention how stopping the Flux failed to rectify the damage already done to the universe, even though they kind of hit a reset switch at the end of it. Doctor Who Flux blows out, making plenty of noise, but says very little. It's very true. And though some of those loose ends may be addressed further down the line, it doesn't help the incomplete rush job of an ending season 13. That's exactly what it felt like. Doctor Who Flux made the Timeless Child's exposition problem worse. Okay, I don't know how it can get worse, but I am intrigued to hear. Much has been said and written about Chibnall's Toad Show star Doctor Who star. He's so crap! Unbelievable! And the Timeless Child exemplified that criticism. Season 12's finale involved the Master narrating one long bedtime story to capture the Doctor and reveal her past and the true beginnings of the Time Lord. Despite all the bells and the whistles, Doctor Who Timeless Child reveal was an undeniable info dump of the highest order. When was that? I can't even remember. Rather than learning from one of its mistakes, Doctor Who Flux relies even more extensively on exposition and clunky in-dialogue explanation. As mentioned in Season 13's the Halloween Apocalypse, premiere drowned under the fraught rush of introduce far too many characters and plot points. They could have forgiven that could have been given if the heavy lifting had been done earlier, meant the Vanquishers could bring everything together in a smooth end. Everybody's saying exactly the same thing. Is this thing? Okay, we're on the last paragraph. Thank God! I mean, really? We've got more rabbit than Sainsbury's, mate. Instead, Doctor Who Flux's dialogue is almost entirely compromised of various characters trying to breathlessly explain the plot, so much so the plot device itself, let Jodie Whittaker be in 3 places at once, is required. With the exception of 2 remarkable standout scenes, the Grand Serpent's introduction and Whittaker's TARDIS conversation with the Ed. Oh my God, that was awful. That was super awful. Development of character makes way for near constant narration. Season 12's Timeless Child info dump makes positive seems positive light in comparison. I guess that's true, right? I do guess that's true. And while scientific warfare has always been part of Doctor Who DNA, the intensity of Flux's exposition combined with the lack of reward could prove far more damaging. It could do if Russell T Davies wasn't coming back. Now, I think, did it just open? Let's have a look at the ratings. They finally open up. Yeah, we still don't have the consolidated. That's really weird, right? We don't have the full screen rating over here, and we don't have the consolidated. It's got to be no more than, if they carry on taking the ratings in the same way, it can't be more than 4.6 at the maximum. I think it's probably close to 4.4, maybe under 4.4. Certainly the lowest rated episode. Yeah, it's certainly going to be the lowest rated episode, but I'm sensing a little bit of shenanigans, right? I'm sensing a little bit of shenanigans. And if it wasn't, didn't make it clear enough, just check it. There's another article. BBC just admitted that Doctor Who Flux was a total failure. Yeah, this is our article talking about how they had to publish an explanation by Chris Chibnall. I don't remember Robert Holmes ever having to do that, right? Yeah, I mean, even on why it's dodgy, even on the Crotons, you know, that was still pretty much okay. And I think there's one more article. Oh yes, this is the biggest apologist for this era. Doctor Who wrongly uses Timeless Child to define the Whittaker era. Jodie Whittaker's tenure as 13th Doctor will be defined by Chris Chibnall, Timeless Child arc, and the actress deserved better. No, she didn't, right? No, she didn't. The problem with Jodie Whittaker, the one with Chris Chibnall all the way through, it's not that they listen exclusively to the purple-haired weirdos that live on Twitter. It's that they are one of the purple-haired weirdos. The entire reason for the Timeless Child arc was, do you notice the skin colour of this stunning and brave little child? Yes, that's the entire reason, and it is disgusting. And I want to be clear, I'm not saying it's disgusting having black people on film. No, I'm saying it's disgusting tokenizing human beings because their skin colour is different, and you want to feel good about yourself as a good person without doing the work to be a good person, which is 100% what it is. That is the entirety of Jodie Whittaker's Doctor Who. That is the entirety of Chris Chibnall's take on Doctor Who. She didn't deserve better. She was garbage in the role, and that's why she is the lowest rated actor, and I think the most reviled actor ever to take the role. It's not really her fault. Chris Chibnall gave it to her and gave her no direction whatsoever, and she's not clever enough to work it out. Olivia Colman, she could figure that out for herself, but Jodie Whittaker, not the brightest bulb in the batch, but then again, they put her next to Mandip Gill, which makes her seem smart. That normally does the trick. So the part is over. Everybody hates Doctor Who Flux. Everybody hates Jodie Whittaker's Doctor Who. I'm sorry. No one's going, oh, I'm so sad to see it go. No, we're all going, na, 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 na. Hey, goodbye. Hey, Russell, tell me what you're doing. That's what we're all doing right now, even including the biggest apologists for this absolute dreck. Soon may it be forgotten. I think it will be speedily in our days. My name is Tzvi Lebetkin, the Rabbi from another planet. Please like, share, and subscribe, and ring that little bell. Ring the little bell so you are notified when new videos drop.